Have you ever pondered on the tale of Hansel and Gretel and wondered how it might reflect our own spiritual journeys? A story of two innocent children, abandoned in a forest, lured by the deceptive sweetness of a candy house and the wicked intentions of a crafty witch. It's a timeless narrative, but did you know it holds profound spiritual insights? The story of Hansel and Gretel can be seen as an allegory of our spiritual battles. The children, lost and vulnerable, are akin to us. We too are susceptible to temptations and snares, much like the enticing candy house in the story. Our lives are often filled with enticing distractions that may seem sweet on the surface but hold hidden dangers. Our spouses, partners, and loved ones serve as our companions on this journey, much like Hansel and Gretel were to each other. We are all children of a higher power, interconnected and dependent on one another. And just like Gretel stood up to the witch on behalf of her brother, we too must stand in the gap for our loved ones. The witch in this tale can be seen as the embodiment of evil forces that aim to ensnare us with worldly desires. But remember, Gretel was able to overcome the witch. Likewise, we too can overcome these challenges. We do so by arming ourselves with the armor of faith, prayer, and worship. The role of men in this spiritual battle is pivotal. As heads of their households, they are called to love and protect, much like Christ loved and protected the church. Just as Gretel led the charge against the witch, men are called to establish dominion over the enemy in the spiritual realm, to liberate their loved ones from the clutches of these forces. This brings to mind the words of Jesus in Matthew 11:12. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. This scripture urges us to fight for what is rightfully ours, to reclaim our spiritual freedom, and to stand firm against the forces that seek to entrap us. In summary, the story of Hansel and Gretel serves as a powerful metaphor for our spiritual journey. It reminds us of the hidden dangers that lurk beneath alluring distractions. It calls us to stand in the gap for our loved ones and to fight for our spiritual freedom. It urges men to step up as spiritual leaders, to love and protect just as Christ did. So, as we navigate the forests of life, let us remember the tale of Hansel and Gretel. Let it be a reminder that no matter how enticing the candy house may seem, we have the power to overcome the witch and find our way home. As we journey further into understanding, we arrive at a significant revelation. Today we'll explore the term Ezer, commonly translated as helper or helpmate in biblical references pertaining to women. This term, however, is far from a symbol of weakness or inferiority. In fact, denotes power, deliverance, and salvation. This term finds its place 21 times in the Old Testament, with the first two instances referring to women and the majority of the others to God. Intriguingly, Ezer is primarily used in a military context, evoking images of swords, spears, shields, and victory. Thus, when Ezer is used to describe women, it signifies strength, not weakness. Just as God serves as our helper, Eve served as Adam's helper, a role of power, not servitude. To be a woman is synonymous with a warrior, not a servant. It's worth pondering why God continually uses military terms to depict women. The answer is simple. Women are meant to be on the front lines. This, dear listeners, encapsulates the true power of Ezer.